I'm gonna keep this video short by all means necessary because of the bad rate of the film. Alright, so it's time to do a review of another movie. I'm still gonna be continuing to be in the sports scene when it comes to the movies. Because the last movie review did was back in June. I did Athlete A when I was reviewing it at my sister's. Because I watched it watched it through Netflix. But anyways, it's time to review Space Jam, another sports-related movie, but this time it's basketball. Anyways, sorry about that, but Michael Jordan is a basketball star. Well, yes, I'm familiar with Michael Jordan. I think didn't he had some partnership? Well, actually. So, Michael Jordan teams up with Bugs Bunny and to get ready for Space Jam. Captured by Bugs Bunny to follow some space creatures, Michael Jordan must play a basketball game of his life to save the heroes, including Bugs, from a scheme that was going on. But will Michael Jordan be able to beat the odds and make sure the Looney Tunes pals go to get out to escape a real jam? This will be an entertaining basketball movie. Now Space Jam has mixed reviews from critics, but a little more positive for audience. But it's not very much positive. But anyways, so I'm familiar with Space Jam. I watched it when I was young. It has the song "I Believe in Fire" by R. Kelly, but R. Kelly is a disgrace. But do I even look at the song the same way again? And it gives me, it's a movie that needs no introduction. I mean, this movie doesn't need any introduction, but this is like a childhood favorite because I grew up with the Looney Tunes. And the Looney Tunes gives me nostalgia, to say the least. Yeah, I like the Looney Tunes. So we've got Wayne Knight from Jurassic Park. He would also appear in Toy Story 2, which is not due until 1999. We have Bill Murray, who has been in Ghostbusters and a handful of other comedies before. Space Jam was pretty good, just to say, because having a blast with Space Jam, with remembering all the Looney Tunes. You got Tweety, Sylvester, Wile E. Coyote, Elmer Fudd, Yo My Sam, Granny, and a bunch of other Looney Tunes characters, especially Bugs and Daffy. Excuse me. All right, never mind. Okay, I'm back. Like I was saying, I enjoy Space Jam was pretty good to me because if you remember watching it as I was young, it's like a sports basketball movie to say. Excuse me. Yeah. Of course, we had Joe Pica directing. I think Bill Murray was himself in that one, wasn't he? And then we had Danny DeVito in this. Billy West from Futurama was also involved. Ivan Whitman was also working on this. But the scene where Bugs Bunny kisses Michael Jordan. Well, it's kind of what was that for though? But and then I like the scene with like, "We need your help." Yeah, like the Looney Tunes had to avoid the scheme and having the Looney Tunes gang in there. Like there were a bunch of them. I'm not gonna name, but yes, because kind of not being honest with when reviewing these movies, but it was just wacky. Pretty supposed to get put their basketball skills to use. I mean, the Looney Tunes will reappear for that second Space Jam movie, which I am not familiar with, but I have to watch it to understand the movie. But anyways, but Space Jam is still classic and still enjoy the movie when it was shown. But anyways, gives me the childhood memories, remembering Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes, including Bugs Bunny. When it comes to childhood movies from the 90s, some of those movies some of them will be remembered. I will remember very well because I grew up since I was born in the 90s, and these movies will give you more nostalgic moments for the years to arrive. Okay, Space Jam. It's like a basketball. One of the few Looney Tunes related movies that involving Looney Tunes. I think it was only basketball when it comes to sports, because I don't know any other Looney Tunes related movies that were sports, but I know Space Jam very well. I'm gonna give Space Jam a 3 out of 5. Space Jam is pretty good, but remembering I know there were some of the cartoons from Looney Tunes that were sports related, but I know that there was that one Bugs Bunny played baseball, but this one's more basketball. But yeah, Space Jam is still pretty. It's like a childhood movie. Remembering it very well. I've seen it a few times. And I just wanted to get back to reviewing movies because like I said, I haven't reviewed anything since June. The previous movie was Sports Related, and I was Athlete A, which was more of a documentary, and it was also the first movie I ever reviewed that was from Netflix. Because I've reviewed a streaming service exclusive movie before, and I was back in 2022. But yeah, hopefully I'll get back to reviewing movies as September continues. I mean, it's still early in the month, but yeah, it's still pretty early. I was gonna do this review in August or July, like in August, so I can end the lacking of movie reviews. But anyways, that wasn't the case for August, but this month was. And hopefully I'll get to review the other Space Jam movie, but I have to watch that one more. But stay tuned for more movie reviews. I know I have not been reviewing movies in 2 months, but now I reviewed Space Jam. Hopefully we'll get to see where I go from there. Stay tuned for more movie reviews as the month continues.